Hello, hello, hello. Today is March 5th, 2024, and today is my grandmother's birthday. One of my grandmothers. I'm lucky enough to have both of them still be alive and well, but today is my grandmother's birthday that I am closer to, I'll admit it. And tomorrow is my mom's birthday. So, I was just thinking about the women in our lives. On a few levels, but I think we've all kind of been made aware of the stereotype regarding women and sort of domestic servitude. I'm not sure how to say that word, but you know what I mean. Just to be selfless caregivers, homemakers, these sorts of things. And if you haven't, been made aware of that, just take a look at any TV show from like the 50s and the 60s. I would argue it started to change towards the end of the 60s with second wave feminism. But these are all sorts of things that I myself have experienced. I know many of you watching may not have experienced the role of a woman like this, but I come from a relatively traditional background, and I've seen it a lot. And while on one hand I think it's sad that lots of times women are made to put themselves aside and put others before them, I will say that when it does happen, what women do is just amazing. It really is. And this is not to say that men don't do it either, but just reflecting on the women in my life and what they've done for me, it is absolutely remarkable. There's the countless nights where they're making me dinner, doing my laundry, and it's not like this all the time anymore. But the women in my life still are eager to do that sort of thing, and it's insane. It really is insane that, I don't know, we have it set up this way. I don't think it should be set up this way. That's not what I'm saying here at all. It's just acknowledging what they've done. And, I think they do deserve more than what we give them in a lot of ways. Both the women in my life, I want to give back. That is one of my main goals in life. So yeah, that's one level. I'd be interested to know what you think. And then the other level, I think, is I really do feel, and this is anecdotal, but I do feel as if the women in our lives, their love is more unconditional than men's. And like I said, this is anecdotal, so you might not relate to it at all, but I just feel more support from mothers, grandmothers, aunts. There's less projection of what they want me to be than fathers, grandfathers, uncles, and so on. I don't know. They love you for who you are deep down inside rather than who you become or what you say you are. You know what I mean? I don't know. I wanted to make this video just because I'm grateful for the women in my life, and I hope you're not watching Grandma, but in some ways she reminds me of Tony Soprano's mom, sort of insufferable sometimes, woe is me, and I raised you so wrong, that sort of thing. But even then, you still end up loving them, and you deal with that aspect. Like just this morning, my grandma, it was the first time I'm hearing about it, and it's been 4 years ago, mind you. She's talking about how she felt kind of cast aside during my graduation. And she said, like, even though she's an integral part of my route to graduating high school, which is very, very true, she kept me in line a lot of times. But, I'm not going to feed into that. I just apologize and I say, I did not intend for that to be the way, but I love you. I don't know, a lot of times the women in our lives, mothers and grandmothers, or aunts or sisters, depending on, the context in which I'm kind of saying the women in our lives here. A lot of times they can be annoying, but they're annoying in the most, I would say, loving way. So, if you haven't, and I understand that some people's moms are terrible people and all that, but there's just a connection there. I am a mama's boy, I'll admit it, but yeah, I wanted to talk about that. I'm not making like a grand point or anything like that today. I just dedicated to the women in our lives, and and Western society, and a lot of societies throughout the world. I would say a good majority, women are made to be secondary, and what they do in that secondary role is incredible. But in this way, I am a feminist. I want more autonomy for women. I think they deserve it. They've had enough time putting themselves to the side. So I guess in some ways it could be political or philosophical. But in terms of today, I'm kind of gross right now, if you can't tell. I've just cleaned some houses. I went to the gym. I had a good gym day, and now I'm taking my car to the shop. I don't have to work today. I got off of work so I can celebrate my grandmother's birthday with my family. And after I take my car to the shop, I'm gonna knock out some homework and some studying for an exam tomorrow in my epistemology class. So that could be a pretty crazy exam. I'm kind of surprised that I've had a rebound of energy, because if you can't tell, look at that. That is such a common theme of these journals, isn't it, this winter? It is just a miserable day outside. But I suppose a lot of my rebound in energy is going to the gym. That is such a good dopamine release, and I couldn't recommend it enough. Obviously scrolling gets you dopamine, but it is just far less rewarding. But who am I? I am not a guru. I'm just here trying to make videos, trying to help in any way I can, which is kind of what Giancarlo Esposito, the guy who plays Gus Fring, was talking about last night. I was lucky enough to go hear him talk and do a Q&A. That was cool. He was definitely going down an inspirational route, and at first I was like, this is, okay, I get it, you're successful, but no, he made some good points. Did I take notes? No, but they're up here. Maybe I'll talk about them some other time. But it's Tuesday. Remember the women in your lives, and have a good day. Peace and love.